Okay. Sorry nga pala kanina, no? Medyo maingay pero ngayon ay nasa ibang lugar na ako. Nasa office na po tayo. At it's 3:57 or 2:57 and it's just 3 minutes before the market closes, and now TEL is at 1262 with a projected close of 1262 also. But before I proceed with the index, no, may 3 minutes pa po tayo, ay tingnan po natin yung balita po dito, no? Kasi merong disclosure po si PLDT dito sa exchange, no? And I'd like to share this with you. Yan, nakikita nyo po yan. Kasi may tanong po ang exchange sa PLDT, no? At ito ay sinagot naman ng PLDT. So we write in response to the PSE letter dated December 22, posted on Edge on the same day, to clarify the following matters. In this regard, we set out below the company's responses to the specific queries of the letter. Intel's PSE Disclosure Form 14.1 Notice of Analyst Investors Briefing dated December 20, the company stated that it was holding a special meeting to discuss matters pertaining to the company's disclosures entitled Elevated Capex Spend. We note, however, that the audience to the briefing consisted of fund managers, investment analysts, and bankers, and we have likewise been informed of the relevant stakeholders were not able to attend the briefing and or denied access to the briefing despite having registered through the link provided in the Notice of Analyst Investors Briefing. Given the materiality and relevance of the matter, explain why the access was not given to all relevant stakeholders. Ito pong reply. The special briefing was intended for fund managers, analysts, and bankers. Ito po yung probably mga investors, no? Ito po yung mga investors ng PLDT. The company processed all registrations but allowed the registration of those expected in the special briefing. All material and relevant updates are done by the company through disclosures as new developments arise, which are shared with the public through the press release. Item 5 under highlights of the December 22 disclosure stated that there is no fraud, no anomalies, no evidence of overpricing, and no unrecorded transaction in relation to the overrun. A plain reading of this statement may be interpreted to mean that the investigation had been completed and such finding is already conclusive and final. In the succeeding paragraphs, however, it was stated that PLDT's ongoing review thus far has uncovered no fraud, no anomalies, no overpricing, no unrecorded transaction in relation to the overrun. The highlighted statement does not appear to be consistent with the language in the body of the disclosure. In this regard, and for the avoidance of doubt, clarify the relevant statements. If the investigation has been completed and terminated, submit a full comprehensive disclosure on the termination of the investigation and results thereof. Reply. For clarity, the forensic investigation is still ongoing. Thus far, no fraudulent transaction, procurement anomaly, or loss has been identified or uncovered. Number 3, TEL has further stated that it expects to be able to pay the balance of the regular dividend in full for the full year 2022, estimated at 45 per share, and the remaining special dividend of 42 per share. Clarify whether this is related to the statement in news article PLDT to borrow 45 billion to pay dividends trim debt posted in philstar.com December 22, where it was mentioned that the Pangilinan-led PLDT plans to borrow 45 billion in 2023 and 2024 to settle the dividends of its shareholders and pay off its outstanding debts with the goal of nursing its financials back to health by 2025. Reply. We confirm the plan of the company to borrow 35 to 45 billion in the next 2 years for general corporate purposes, including but not limited to payment of capex and dividends. So yan po yung disclosure ni PLDT on the query of the stock exchange to the company. So let's now go to, so very interesting po, no? Punta naman po tayo sa index. Ano na ba nangyayari sa index? Okay, so briefly, TEL is at 1262 and let's just refresh, and take a look at what happened here to the index. Okay, nasa 65, 64.90 or 23.87 points up, 0.33% po yan. And just moving sideways po ang ating index, but it's sideways to bullish. Maliit lang po ang angat, pero angat pa rin po siya. Ngayon sa market activity, okay, 88 companies ang nag-decline, 97 ang umabante, 42 ang hindi nagbago. Ang all-share index ay umangat din ng 0.26%. Ang financials ay bumaba ng 0.54, samantalang ang mining ay flat. Samantalang ang holding companies, industrials, properties, and services ay umakyat. Overall, umakyat po ang ating index, but just slightly. So, yung most active stocks ay titingnan po natin. Ang most active ay SM, followed by JFC, then TEL, SMPH, Converge, and MONDE. Yan pong anim na yan ang titignan po natin today. Okay, so the first is SM. Si SM gained 16 pesos. Nagko-consolidate lang po siya, nandito po siya, and it is near or just a little above support level, kasi po ang pinaka-support po natin ay nandito sa, actually nasa 900 po yung support natin, or lower than that, dito po sa 892 ang pinaka-support level. Meron pong resistance po dito na naging support, at dito po ay mapapansin po natin na nagbabounce ang ating mga candlesticks, Samantalang ang pinaka-resistance po ay masasabi natin dito, nandito po sa area to, nasa 576, and it's just moving sideways, pero fundamentally ay silipin lang po natin yung fundamentals ni SM Investments by rating 1,180 or about a 27% upside. Next we have JFC. Si JFC ay bumababa po si JFC, and yung kanyang RSI nasa 40. Tingnan nga natin si SM ko RSI niya. So nasa above the midpoint si SM, pero si JFC nasa 40, bearish po si JFC, although the candlesticks appear to be moving downwards, kasi po yung ating mga indicators, yung ating moving averages nasa taas na po. So yung support nandito po sa 226, while the resistance is here, malapit po dito sa area to 253. Support and resistance, di po yan exact points. These are areas nagkaroon po ng overbought level si JFC noong November 23, and now it's moving downwards. So the next stock that we will see or review would be TEL. So si TEL, kasi nasa 1270 the last time So ngayon nasa 1262, it gained 32 centavos or 2.60%, and kung makikita nyo po dito ay oversold po siya noong, yan po yung area na oversold, starting December 19 up to December 21 it was oversold, but right now it is just above the 30. Nasa 32 po yung RSI, meaning maaring paakyat na po ang stock na ito, and we see a recovery here, So mapapansin din natin dito na merong gap down that will be resolved very soon, no? So hopefully pagka tumaas po yan, ma-fill out po yung gaps. In the meantime, the nearest resistance, nakakita ko po dito sa may gap, 1452 ang pinaka-nearest resistance. And the support, nakikita ko po dito, let's use a 1-week chart. Ito po, 1230 po ang pinaka-support ni TEL. Pero maganda pa rin pong bumili, no? Maganda rin pa rin pong bumili dahil mababa pa po yung RSI niya. So, if you are a medium to long-term investor, okay po ang TEL. Mag-aantay lang po tayo bago siya umakyat. Next is SMPH, SM Prime Holdings. Ito po yung mall and real estate business, the SM. And it's just moving sideways. Now, if we will be drawing, let's draw a Darvas. Ito po yung range po niya na nakikita ko po, no? So, in other words, under this box, dyan po yung range na gumagalaw si SM between November 4 and December 29. The lower border is at 33.30. This will form our support. And the resistance is the upper border at 36.80, just moving sideways. Again, fundamentally, SM Prime Holdings has a buy rating with a target price of 40 pesos or about a 15% upside. After SMPH, Converge naman, kasi nag-oversold tong si Converge eh. So, ngayon bumabawi siya. Uy, nag-oversold siya dito noong November 9 and overbought here on November 25, and now it's dipping again, ano? Right now, moving sideways. At yung ating mga indicators, only the long term is above, meaning not out of the woods pa rin si Converge technically, no? Pero umaakyat po yung kanyang RSI. So, nag-oversold dito, nag-overbought dito. So, it's just moving sideways in the short and medium term. Meanwhile, ang support niya nandito po sa 1183, while the resistance malalagay po natin dito sa 1660. Finally, we have MONDE. MONDE ay yan, doji lang po si MONDE, no? Mukhang nagre-recover po siya. Oversold levels po, October pa, pero nasa baba pa rin po siya. Meanwhile, ang pinaka-support niya is 1114. Resistance is at 1290. Fundamentally, si MONDE ay meron neutral rating from BDO Securities with a target price of 1310. Neutral, neither buy nor sell, or maaring hold lang po ito. So, it's about an 18% upside but neither buy nor sell po ito. Okay, so yan po ang ating report sa stock market. Ika-27 ng Disyembre. At 5 days na lang, New Year na. Ito po si Benji Chitoro nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Hanggang sa muli. Stay safe. God bless. Bye for now.